Hello gorgeous, I'm the Fairy Voice Mother and today I'm going to be reacting to Creep, vintage postmodern jukebox Radiohead cover featuring Haley Reinhart, potentially Reinhardt. I've been asked to watch this hundreds of times now for months and months, so I thought what better time to watch it than right before Halloween. Cause Creep. Radiohead have a very comfortable spot in my top 10 most favourite bands of all time list. And there is absolutely no shortage of covers to this incredible song. So for this version to come so highly and abundantly recommended, it must be pretty good. Now this is most unlike me, but I did actually do a teeny bit of research about Haley Reinhart. Reinhardt. I didn't research how to say her name, clearly. But what I did find out is she was an American Idol contestant that many people believe was rejected from the competition too early on because she's amazing. And we like to be amazed. So I'm most excited.
When you were here before,
different type of signature, different key.
You're just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry. You float like a feather in a beautiful world. I wish I was special. You're so very special.
Oh, I love that. I tell you what is so very special, and that is her vibrato. Usually we would expect natural vibrato to sound something like this. And the larynx just kind of bobs where it is. But this is very different. Once she hits the note, she then lowers the larynx and also releases a little bit of tension in the vocal cords as well. So much so to the point where the pitch actually slightly decreases. It goes a little bit flat, but not bad flat. It's more of a controlled pitch bend downwards. Flow like a feather. The note actually gets lower. Another thing that makes this vibrato so fancy is the size of the oscillations. All vibrato really is, when you slow it down, is a conscious and controlled rhythmic deviation away from the original pitch.
Down, up, down, up.
A bunch of times at a steady speed. She is not consistently sticking to this semitone underneath vibrato pattern. Sometimes her pitch has gone a full tone underneath, and I can prove it to you. As opposed to even when she does only deviate the pitch of the vibrato by one semitone, she is modulating the vowels slightly to suit it so that she can make like larger, more interesting laryngeal movements. So that word has now become special. And that widening of the vowel has encouraged an opening of the pharynx here so that the larynx can sit a little bit lower. I have a funny feeling that I'm going to like this very much indeed.
But I'm a creep.
Wow. Okay, she distorts, okay.
What the hell am I doing? I don't belong here.
Okay. Wow. A lovely conscious tightening of the embouchure here for but I'm. Which has then enabled her to zip everything up and sustain that lovely E vowel. The secret of sustaining a long, unwavering note so beautifully and flawlessly, how she did it, is to establish a very confident tongue position. Without a nice, strong, stable, lifted tongue position there, it is very difficult to equalize the breath pressure, which is what is required for a long, unwavering note, is consistent breath pressure coming through the vocal cords. A singer can use so many different techniques to arrange resonating space inside their instrument. There's loads of little tricks. Oh, so well executed. Because she's included this distortion in some very specific spots, one must simply assume that this is indeed no accident and she knows exactly what she's doing. The larynx is held in place, the chords are very slightly separate, a small constriction is happening, and the breath is flowing. She's done that before. Whew.
I don't care if it hurts. I wanna have control. I want the perfect body. I want a perfect soul. And I want you to know it. When I'm not around, you're so very special.
I mean, if this isn't special, then what hope is there for the rest of us? Jesus. She has graced us with a brand new vocal technique that we haven't heard her do yet.
Twang!
And I want you. Now this is a beautiful vocal colour anyway, but especially juxtaposed at the top of a very big and breathy descent down to notice.
And I want you to know it is.
That's a feisty little larynx.
But I'm a queen.
Types of distortion there. To a clean phrase featuring yodels. And that was so well controlled. Why has it taken me so long to hear this?
What the hell am I doing here?
I love that so much. So she's gone for a more conventional vibrato there because it was a higher note that required more stability and strength. Not only does that require a lot of technical skill and confidence to execute those huge fluctuations of pitch, but also to sing the lyrics, I don't belong here, in that way, I think is very complimentary of what it's saying. What we would call word painting. Don't underestimate the power of a musical inhale. It added a lovely little bit of percussion, but it is already quite hard to believe that she doesn't belong there, because I feel like she does. I love this style choice, sustaining a note and then stretching it up, little bit of distortion at the top and then bringing it back down clean. It just adds that extra layer of, you know? And she scats. Is there anything she doesn't do?
Whatever makes you happy, whatever you want, you're so very special. Yeah, I wish I was special, but I'm a creep. I said it, I'm a weirdo.
She's very comfortable up there in what some people refer to as head voice or singing with thin vocal cords as well. Everything still sounds resonant and controlled.
What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong. I'm a creep. I'm a
belt sounds she does, she's always modulating her vowels so that they look like this. Because that is clearly how she prefers her tone and where she feels most stable. Creep is now creep. That is a perfect choice. The tension of the cheeks will keep the larynx in place. The drop in of the jaw will allow a nice sort of resonating space so it doesn't sound strainy, because she's got a nice open mouth, so the sound is allowed to do all its buzzy stuff. And then all she's got to do is focus on putting everything in the right place here to get the perfect amount of tension and breath to create the little rasps. Wow. And that, my fairy voice children, is how you use every single vocal technique known to mankind perfectly and tastefully in under 5 minutes. Otherworldly beautiful. She is a gift. Now, this very particular skill set she has.
What I do have are a very particular set of skills.
Excellent breathy singing, a very well controlled larynx that will lift to the top of her range for twang and drop to the very bottom of her range, the ability to switch on and off whenever she wants, lots of different types of distortion. Well, I believe they are all very much complemented by her natural smoky tone. And the reason I think this is because she's basically used to things coming between her vocal cords all the time, like excess breath and rasp. So then to add a little bit more and to make that a little bit more extreme by adding some more rumbles and crackles and distortion won't feel particularly unnatural to her. But someone that's a little bit more traditional or musical theatre, where they wouldn't dream of separating their chords with excess breath or anything like that, they might have a harder time sort of wrapping their head around this, because it is completely opposite to what they do, whereas it is just merely an extension to what she does, if that makes sense. Well, she is a sight for sore eyes and a sound for sore ears. If that's not a thing, it is now. I thought this performance was bloody terrific. It's very in keeping with the whole postmodern idea, because at the beginning you think, oh, it's like this kind of sexy, old-fashioned, like, but then it turns into this sort of ferocious being to behold. So yeah, that is, I don't know what genre you'd put this in, really. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I've enjoyed making it. If there are any singers you would like to see me react to, please let me know, as it is always my pleasure. I hope you have a wonderful day. I love you so much, and I cannot wait to see you next time. Mwah. Bye!